How are you, my friends? This is Calculus 1 solved questions using Rolle's theorem and mean value theorem. This is part 3. Please, you can go and check parts 1 and 2. There are many nice questions are there. Question number 1 here in this part 3, given the function f of x 9x squared minus x to the power 4 defined on the closed interval minus 3 to 3. How many values of c? Find all of them. That will satisfy the conclusion of Rolle's theorem. Now, first we check the conditions of this theorem. F is continuous. This is a polynomial function of degree 4. So f is continuous on the closed interval minus 3 to 3 and differentiable on the open interval minus 3 to 3. We can check also f of minus 3, replace minus 3 in the function, and f of 3. Both are 0. So all conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. We can find the derivative f prime of the x will be 18x minus 4x cubed. Now put f prime at c is equal to 0. That will give us 18c minus 4c cubed is equal to 0. Now on the next slide, please try to find the values of c's. So we use the factoring here. 18c minus 4c cubed is equal to 0. I can take 2c as a common factor. Inside, I will have 9 minus 2c squared. Now, I can use difference between two squares. It will be 3 minus square root of 2c, 3 plus square root of 2c. So it looks like we have three values for c. c is equal to 0, or 3 minus square root of 2c is equal to 0. So c will be 3 over square root of 2. When you rationalize, you get 3 square root of 2 over 2. Same thing here, we have 3 plus square root of 2c is equal to 0. c will be minus 3 square root of 2 divided by 2. So now we have three values for the c. 0, 3 square root of 2 over 2, minus 3 square root of 2 over 2. Another nice question we have, f of x, x plus 1 over x is defined on the closed interval 2 to 3. Find all values of the c that will satisfy the conclusion of mean value theorem. Now for the solution, we look at f of x, x plus 1 over x. We check the conditions here. We find f is continuous on the closed interval 2 to 3. F is differentiable on the open interval 2 to 3. We find f of 2, replace 2 in the function. We get 5 over 2. We find f of 3. We get 10 over 3. So we find the derivative f prime of x. The derivative of the x will be 1. The derivative of 1 over x will be minus 1 over x squared. For the mean value theorem, we use the formula f prime at c is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. A is 2 and b is 3. So we can apply that. 1 minus 1 over c squared is equal to f of b, 10 over 3 minus 5 over 2 divided by b minus a, which is 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 minus 1 over c squared, we just subtract the fractions here. The LCD is 6. So this will be 20 minus 15, 5 over 6. Move 1 over c squared on the other side, move 5 over 6 on the other side. 1 over c squared is equal to 1 over 6. Cross multiply, c squared is equal to 6. We take the square root of both sides. Now we take only c equals square root of 6, which is between the given interval 2 to 3. Square root of 6 is almost 2.4, and the minus square root of 6 is outside. So we can take only one value for c. Now the conclusion is the line through the points 2, 5 over 2, this is 2, 5 over 2, and the other point 3, 10 over 3 is parallel to the tangent line at x equals c, which is square root of 6. Square root of 6, replace it in the function here, square root of 6 plus 1 over square root of 6, you will get 7 over square root of 6. So this is the point of tangency. Question number 3, we have the function f of x is equal to sine of x times cosine of x defined on the closed interval 0 to pi. Find the product of all values of C that will satisfy the conclusion of Rolle's theorem. So we apply Rolle's theorem and we find the values of C, then we multiply them. Now we can see that this function here is continuous on the closed interval 0 to pi and differentiable on the open interval 0 to pi. Find f of 0, so it will be 2 sine of 0 cosine of 0. Find f of pi will be 2 sine of pi cosine of pi, both will be 0. The derivative will be by the product rule. So it will be 2 in the constant outside, f prime, the derivative u prime v plus v prime u, as you remember. So the derivative of sine of x times cosine of x, the derivative of cosine of x times sine of x. So this will be 2 outside, cosine of x times cosine of x plus the derivative of the cosine of x will be minus sine of x sine of x. So when you multiply inside, you get cosine squared of x minus sine squared of x, and this will be by the formula double angle for the cosine. So the whole derivative will be 2 cosine of 2x. Let's continue on the next slide to find the values of C. So we put f prime at C is equal to 0. So it will be 2 cosine of 2C is equal to 0. Divide by 2, cosine of 2C is equal to 0. So this angle 2C is equal to pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2. Remember the condition here, the condition 0 to pi. So we need only the condition from 0 to pi. So C1 will be pi over 4 and C2 will be 3 pi over 4. The question says, find the product of the values of C. So we multiply pi over 4 times 3 pi over 4. It will be 3 pi squared over 16 is the answer. Question number 4, given the function f of x is equal to mx squared plus nx plus k. So this is a quadratic function defined on the closed interval 3 to 7. Remember, m cannot be 0. M cannot be 0. N and k are only constants. Let's find the value of C that will satisfy the conclusion of the mean value theorem. So we can directly find f prime of x, which is 2mx plus n. For the mean value theorem, f prime at C will be f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. F prime at C will be directly 2mc. Instead of the x here, we put c plus n. F of 7, I replace 7 in the function here. So it becomes 49m plus 7n plus k minus f of 3. I replace 3 in the x. So it will be 9m plus 3n plus k, all divided by b minus a, which is 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3, this is b minus a, which is 4. Now let's simplify more. 49m minus 9m will be 40m. 7n minus 3n will be 4n. K minus k is 0. And here we multiply by 4. So we remove this denominator. It will be 8mc plus 4n. 4n also will be cancelled. So we have 8mc is equal to 40m. Divide by m and divide by 8. C will be 5. For more questions on Rolle's and mean value theorems, you can see lecture number 16 in the Calculus 1. And for more questions on Calculus 1 in general, you can visit always the playlist Calculus 1 Solved Questions. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. I hope I can see you in another video with another topic. Thank you guys for listening.